Hey everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley. I'm the president of Dealer Synergy and the creator of the Millionaire Car Salesman Community. And I am here in Kansas City, Missouri at VinSolutions headquarters. And obviously VinSolutions is one of the top companies by the Cox Automotive conglomerate. And I'm here with my friend Robert Childers. And Robert is one of VinSolutions' directors of performance management, which means that he runs a team of performance managers. Is that correct, brother?
Yes, it is.
All right, so do you have your own territory?
I do. I have Kentucky.
Okay, Kentucky, awesome. So we are here basically collaborating with the elite VinSolutions experts. And I was just asking you, what is your superpower? You know, because from my understanding, how long have you been in the automotive industry?
Since 2001, so almost 25 years.
Okay, almost 20, right behind me. I've been in this since 99. So
Excellent.
we've been there almost together. We have over 50 years combined. But you were also a general manager?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
So yeah, worked my way from sales all the way up to GM. Did everything on the front end. Did everything.
What type of store were you a general manager?
I was a Kia store.
A Kia?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So started selling cars when they weren't eligible for financing.
No doubt. We established that not only is he very experienced for over approximately a quarter century, but he also achieved the highest levels of executive management on the dealership level. And then he worked his way up the corporate ladder of VinSolutions to being a director of performance management. So he's got a lot of expertise on the vendor CRM side and a lot of experience on the automotive side, all the way up to general manager. So now, one of your superpowers is making it easier and digestible, the complexity of the CRM.
Absolutely.
So talk to us, talk to the dealers, whether they're DPs, they're GMs like you were, or they're on the low end of the totem pole, they're BDC reps or salespeople. How do you literally make it easier? What do you tell them? What do you show them? How do you make it more easy to comprehend?
Sure. So we help all of our folks at the store. So whether we're helping a DP find that report that he needs to go to the Dealer 20 meeting, logging in, because as a DP, you may not log in more than once a month. Hopefully they do more than once a month. If you don't, call your performance manager. And that salesperson who may need to log in and find that last deal that he needs to get to that 15 car unit bonus.
Is it physically in person? Is it through Zoom? Or is it both? How do you do this?
So we accomplish it through both. Most of our meetings that our PMs go through, especially for the VinSolutions, we're going to be doing that through GoToMeetings, through Teams meetings, through virtual. A large majority of that. Every once in a while, we're going to be on boots on the ground if we need to. But for the most part, we can accomplish more in a 20 to 30 minute virtual meeting than sitting around 6 hours waiting on somebody to babysit me in the store.
Okay, and so let's structure. So when you structure a agenda-based meeting through Zoom, what do you start with? So you open up your Zoom and you're gonna go into Vin. Do you walk through the dashboard, the customer view? You go through the different products? What's your process?
Well, that's really gonna depend on what the store's objectives are.
Okay.
As a performance manager, it depends on how long I've been with the store.
Right.
If I've been with the store if I just got this store 30, 45 days ago, I'm gonna spend an hour or so reviewing the store, looking at what their needs were. I'm gonna look and see how different metrics, how are they performing? I'm gonna interview the previous PM and see how the engagements were. I'm gonna review with the dealer principal, the GM. Hey guys, what are your objectives for the year, month? What is it that you're looking for? What do we need to do to achieve these objectives? And we're gonna set those meetings up. If it's somebody they've been working with for 2, 3, 4 years, I know their objectives. We already know what we've planned out. I'm not going into this meeting blind. We're not going to be looking at dashboards. We're going to have a plan, and we're going to execute on those plans that we've already created for the dealership and the group.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty right here. So again, you run a team of performance managers with VinSolutions. What would you say in 2024 going to 2025 right now? What are the absolute biggest challenges that you see that dealers are dealing with right now, whether it's directly related to the CRM or it's just their business that is affected by the CRM? So
I think the biggest challenge that my dealerships are facing, there's two things. One is division of labor. We have forgotten who's good at what. When COVID hit, everybody started getting phone ups and internet leads and walk-ins because everybody had to eat. Right. And so we've forgotten how to separate, who's best at taking those phone ups and taking those internet leads and finishing them out. And the other thing is we seem to have forgotten how to train our folks.
Right, I'm going to jump in there. I don't think they forgot. They just never bothered. They're neglecting training. You know what I mean? Forgetting means that you did it at some point. So that's
I think there's a difference between ignorance and apathy.
fair enough.
So they don't know how or they don't care.
But let's go back to what you just said, because I think that's very interesting. So you're right. There's a lot of people that left the automotive industry that they, for whatever reason, during the COVID, at one point, everybody had to do everything. It's all hands on deck. Not only that, the other problem that I think was exacerbated by the COVID situation is that about training. It's hard to try to teach somebody how to fish when the fish are jumping in the boat and they're fat. The market has changed where the manufacturers are producing more inventory. The dealerships have more inventory, which means the manufacturers are now putting incentives and discounts and rebates, dealer cash on them. The dealers are competing against each other and they're racing to the bottom. So because of this, the market's going back to what it was pre-pandemic. Most dealers are not prepared and not organized, not structured. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that is a major problem. So what advice do you have on that first part?
Train your people.
So again, this is where Dealer Synergy comes in. We specialize in phone sales, internet sales, BDC, CLM, obviously training, everything from objections, rebuttals, process, etc. So, but you're hearing it from a technology company, you must train. And here's another thing though, let's just talk about training. You know what drives me crazy at Dealer Synergy is that dealers are hiring us to help them fix their CRM, their VinSolutions, or whatever it is. But when we inspect, most of them are not even going through the basic fundamental VinSolutions core training. And I want to just give a public service announcement and say, look guys, before you even decide to blame VinSolutions or any CRM company of it not working or not being valuable, have you even gone through the basic training? What type of basic training does VinSolutions offer in the Vin Academy?
In our E-Academy, we have training for agents, sales agents, managers, admin. You can select module training that is recorded training that they can even test on, just like your OEM training. You can even schedule live trainers through our calendar and they can click on it and get a hold of a live Vin account trainer that will sit. Most of them are even one-on-one, and it ends up being one-on-one training because there's not very many that take advantage of it.
Exactly. That's the thing that blows me away. Most people are not taking advantage of that basic training. So if you're not even getting the basic training, and I call buttonology training from the CRM company, how can you expect to understand and utilize higher level strategic, philosophical communications and sales training? You need to have the basics before you could get into intermediate or advanced. I'll give you the analogy, and I'm saying this with a Vin executive right here. If you think of it this way, if you are a Toyota dealership, for example, Toyota manufacturer or any other manufacturer does not teach you how to sell a car. The manufacturer does not certify you for how to sell a car. That's not their responsibility. Their job and their responsibility is to give you product knowledge on their product, on their franchise. They are giving you product knowledge and product certification. It is up to you, the dealership or the dealer group, on how you're going to sell a car, what version or iteration of the road to the sale that you're going to use. Same exact thing with CRM and specifically VinSolutions, is that their job is to give you buttonology and Vin product training, how all of the buttons work, how all of it can work, the process, the philosophy, all that. But the actual how do you customize Vin for your particular dealership, that depends on your dealership, your philosophy, your region, your manufacturer's OEM compliances, and a myriad of other variables. But this is a collaborative thing. You should be looking at your CRM for the technology. Here's an analogy. I don't know if anybody's ever shared this with you. If you take a multi-million-dollar house, right? Are you going to have the people that are the contractors that are doing the sheetrock and spackling and the plumbing? Would you have them, would your spouse have those people decorate the house and pick out the drapes and the carpet?
She would let me do it.
Mine either, bro. Exactly. So do you see what I'm saying? That's the thing. And the answer is hell no. Because the construction company's there is to put spackle and concrete and things like that. They're not there doing the interior design. VinSolution or any CRM's job is not the detail work. They're giving you the house. How you decorate the house and how you live in the house is up to you because you own the house. So besides the HR deficiency, what is another big challenge that dealers are having right now?
Soon it's going to be inventory if they haven't already ran into it. It's used car inventory.
Oh, explain.
When did we start having new car inventory problems?
About 3 years ago.
In August.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What's coming up?
Leases.
The last good lease return and the last good program vehicles are going to end when? August.
Right.
We're going to start running into a massive shortage of good used cars.
Oh, well, wait a minute. There's more coming to this. Let's tag me in. In addition to this, that's a very good point. We've been putting people to sleep. When we're selling cars over list, they're packed with etch and products and all this other stuff. They're leaving the dealership upside down. So when we're getting these vehicles, whether they're lease returns, we can't buy out these lease returns because they're deeply upside down. Or when these trade-ins come in 36 months, 48 months, 60 months, 72 months, how much equity is going to be in those vehicles? We're going to make our lives so much more difficult because, we have to bury all of this out of equity. Am I right or wrong?
At record high interest rates.
At record high interest rates. So what do?
We don't know yet. We're going to find out soon.
Well, I'm going to give you what I would say on a training perspective is that you should have an acquisition strategy at your dealership. If you are not proactively looking for trades or that you could buy from the public or vehicles you buy from the public, you're leaving money on the table, first of all. And second of all, you're ignoring what's about to happen starting August. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and making sure that you have especially if you have a service drive, if you are not already proactively trying to figure out how to find and scour your service department for acquisitions, that's going to be your main source going forward.
All right, I know that you're extremely busy, you got a lot going on, so I have one last question for you. If you could give some advice to dealers, whether they're VIN clients or they're not, VIN clients, what's the best advice you could help dealers with that could help them immediately sell more cars or solve whatever problem at their store?
The best piece of advice I can give you, if you are a VIN client, get a hold of your PM, make a collaborative effort, find out what piece of knowledge they can offer to you. If you're not a VIN client, find someone that can help you and begin, even if it's basic buttonology training on steps to the sale. Start training your people.
You heard it here. This is Sean V. Bradley, Robert Childers, and we're out.
At Dealer Synergy, we're committed to excellence in CRM training and audits. How committed? We flew to the heart of CRM innovation, VinSolutions. Our mission, to learn from the best, straight from the source. We immersed ourselves in advanced training sessions, mastering the intricacies of CRM VinSolutions software. This collaboration means we bring you the most cutting-edge CRM strategies, tailored specifically for your dealership. Transform your CRM experience with Dealer Synergy. Reach out today and discover the difference expert training can make.